today I'm going to show you how I make the needle sculpting for some parts of my doll. In this video I'm showing you hands. Probably you will be watching this video because you are going to find the link on the pattern if you get it. This short class is to demonstrate how I do the needle sculpting of the hands in this case. This is optional, you can leave your hands like this, but I personally want my hands for this specific doll to be smaller, and also I want, to create the shape of the palm of the hand, like make this curve here. So for that I'm going to take a needle with the thread. This is sewing thread and it's the same color of my yarn. I don't want any knot to be visible on my doll, so what I'm going to do is introduce the needle here at the elbow and take it out in any place of the arm, and I'm going to leave this end long here and give a small, really small stitch here and pass it through the arm, take it out from the other side, and I'm going to repeat this process. Pull it really tight so the stitch will not be visible. Repeat this process 2 or 3 times. In this way the thread will be secured and you are not going to need a knot at the end here, a knot that will be visible. So I'm going to do the same, coming close to the wrist with every stitch I give. Pull it tight, and those stitches has to be really small. So here you have 2 options. One is to take the needle out near of the wrist and give a stitch here, from here to here, to bring these 2 sides of the wrist together. So when you bring them together, that will give the curve here of the thumb. That is one option. Or another is bring the needle out here and bring this part of the thumb here like this with a stitch from here to here to close it a bit like this. And the third option is to do both, so in that way you will reduce the wrist size and also make the curve for the hand. So I'm going to do both so you can see how to do it. So I'm going to first do the wrist, because sometimes doing the wrist that fix the palm. So take the thread out here in one side of the wrist and then give a stitch here in the other side and pull it really tight to bring them together. And as you can see, now I have that curve. Take the needle out in the other side and pull it really tight so the stitch will not be visible on your wrist. And repeat. With 2 or 3 stitches is enough. Pull it tight, and that will be the sculpting for the wrist. So as you can see now, there we have the curve here. Now if you want to make the sculpting only here, if you don't want to make your wrist smaller, as you can see here now, my wrist looks smaller from this side, so that's why I like to do it on the wrist too, compare with this hand where the wrist looks still like bigger than this. Here it has that shape we have here, you know, the curve, like from the wrist to the thumb. And I have cuts, as you can see. So if you don't want to make the wrist smaller, then just bring your needle out from here. As I told you before, I'm doing both in this video, so you can see how to do both, but you can choose one or another depending on the needs of your doll. So take it from here, from this part, and make a small stitch here. Remember, the thread has to be exactly the same color of your yarn, so the stitches will not be visible. Once it's ready, just take it from the other side, pull really tight, and we are going to repeat this process, in this case going up on the arm, because I also want to make the arm smaller from here. I don't usually, for the arms, I don't use filling, I just have the wire inside, so sometimes that gives like this look. In some parts you have some bulks or shapes that you don't want, so in that case what I like to do is sculpt the arm in the same way, like just I'm giving a small stitches going from one side of the arm to the other side, and in that way I am like, with my stitches I am like pressing the arm, giving like a structure, and I am making my arm thinner. If that is what you need. Be sure your stitches again are not visible. And once you finish sculpting the arm, once you are happy with the shape, then give small stitches like in this way. Now taking the needle out from here, and then inside take it out from another place on the arm, this time in the same side, because now I don't want to make it thinner or change the shape, so in the same side again. Pull it tight inside, put it inside in the same hole or stitch or place, and then take it out. I usually take it out where the first end of my thread is, and then it will be secure enough to hold it. Cut the ends, and there you have your arm and your hand shaped in a better way, like in a more realistic way if you want. That's it. You can see the difference between this hand I didn't sculpt and this hand that I sculpt already. So the sculpting is optional, but it always gives a beautiful look to your dolls. These two are the next patterns I'm going to release. These are like teens dolls, so they are still not finished. I'm going to show you how to embroider the face and how to attach the hair in next videos. So keep in touch in this channel and also in my Etsy shop, where you can find all my patterns to make these beautiful dolls. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video or in the next pattern.